So today, we're going to peek behind the curtain of an AI mortgage processor. We're going to break down exactly how you can get a whole team of AI services to work together on a really complex job. This isn't just theory. We're looking at how it works in the real world.
And that leads to the big question, right? Mortgages are a huge deal. They're complicated, there are tons of rules, and a lot of money is on the line. Can you really trust an AI with something that important? Well, the secret isn't finding one single super genius AI. It's about how you assemble a specialized AI team.
To see what I mean, let's look at two different people applying for a loan. Applicant 1 has a fantastic credit score, 750, but they're asking for a pretty big loan on an $80,000 salary. The AI rejects them. Now, applicant 2 has a lower credit score, only 650, but a higher income, and they want a smaller loan. The AI processes their application. Now, wait a minute, the person with the better credit score got rejected? How did the AI make two totally different calls here? That's the puzzle we're about to piece together. So how does the AI figure all this out? It's not just guessing. This isn't some black box we can't understand. It's actually following a very specific pre-drawn map, a structured flow that we can look at step by step. And this right here is the absolute key to understanding this whole thing. We are not looking at one giant AI brain trying to do everything. You have to think of it like an expert team, where every member has a very specific job. They're all coordinated by an automated process to come to a final, logical decision. So you ready? Let's go meet the team. All right, just like any A-team, this one has some key players, and each one has a critical job to do. Let's break down who's who on the roster. First up, you've got the agent. Think of the agent as the quarterback, or the project manager of this whole operation. It doesn't do all the heavy lifting itself. Instead, its job is to direct traffic. It gets the application, does some quick math, and then figures out which other AI services it needs to call to get the job done right before making that final call. It's the brains of the outfit. Next on the team is the knowledge base. This is your subject matter expert. It's basically a secure private library that's been loaded up with one really important document, the official Fannie Mae selling guide. That's the rulebook for a huge portion of U.S. mortgages. And this is a really big deal. It means the AI isn't just pulling random facts from the internet. Nope, it's making decisions based on the official rulebook. And this might be the most important player on the team, the guardrails. You can think of this as the compliance officer, or maybe even the security guard for the whole system. When you're dealing with finances, safety and responsibility are everything. The guardrails are basically a safety net of rules wrapped around the entire process to make sure every single interaction is safe, appropriate, and follows the rules. And we're not talking about vague guidelines here. These are very specific, concrete rules. For example, it's set up to automatically deny any requests for things like investment advice. It blocks harmful content and can even filter out specific words you don't want, like Bitcoin. And maybe the coolest part, it automatically finds and hides personally identifiable information. So if an email or a credit card number accidentally gets in there, the system blocks it on the spot. This is what building responsible AI really looks like. Okay, so how does the agent know exactly what to do in any given situation? That's where prompts come in. Think of these like super detailed instruction sheets or templates for the team. If an applicant gets turned down, there's a specific prompt that tells the AI exactly how to write that rejection letter. If they're a good candidate, a different prompt kicks in with instructions for the next steps. And that brings us right back to our first two applicants. Mystery solved. For applicant 1, their debt-to-income ratio was just too high. So bam, the system automatically triggered the rejection prompt. But for applicant 2, the numbers checked out. So it triggered the process application prompt instead, which told the agent, okay, this one looks good, let's dig deeper using the knowledge base. The different outcomes weren't a guess, they were driven by two totally different sets of instructions. Okay, so we've got this awesome AI team with an agent, a knowledge base, and all these safety guardrails. But how do you actually build it? How do you connect all these pieces together so it works perfectly every single time? Well, the secret is that the entire system is built from a single blueprint file. This whole idea is called infrastructure as code. So instead of a person manually clicking around to set up the agent and then the knowledge base and trying to connect everything, you just define the entire system in a simple text file. Then a service, in this case AWS CloudFormation, reads that blueprint and builds everything for you. And the process itself is amazingly simple. It really just boils down to 3 steps. First, you define everything, the agent, the guardrails, all of it in that one template file. Second, you execute a single command to kick things off. And third, AWS CloudFormation automatically builds the whole thing.
It reads your blueprint and constructs and connects every single piece in the cloud. It's automated, it's repeatable, and it gets rid of so much room for human error.
So look, this mortgage processor is a really cool example. But the real story here, the big idea, is that what we've just uncovered is a powerful and reusable pattern, a recipe that you can use to build all kinds of sophisticated AI systems. So here it is, the 4-step recipe. First, you orchestrate the work using a central agent as your project manager. Second, you augment that agent with a knowledge base so it's grounded in facts, not fiction. Third, you enforce the rules by wrapping the whole system in safety guardrails. And finally, you automate the entire setup using infrastructure as code. This pattern is the real takeaway here.
So that brings us to the final question, and this one's for you. Now that you have the blueprint for building a smart, safe, and expert AI team, what complex process in your world is just waiting for you to automate it?